So many lives. Okay, we are live. What's happening, everybody? Z here. Look, I'm not gonna do the whole awkward thing of going through my phone while people are waiting to join. Whoever wants to join, tags along. You guys are gonna join as I, continue my live session. But I'm not gonna keep myself busy looking awkward at a mobile phone. So hope you're all doing well. I see some people joining on Instagram. I got Facebook Live going on my right side. My Instagram is on my left side. Buzz the chats, whichever platform you guys are joining from. And then in the center right here, I got my YouTube platform. So I thought I had some downtime today, which means I had some free time. And I thought it would be a good idea to go live and help students who want to study abroad, especially in UK, right? Raise your hands virtually if you are someone who's planning on studying abroad. And look, I'm sure you guys are probably struggling, right? It's a challenging, complex process when it comes to studying abroad, navigating through these maze of requirements, costs, scholarships, admission process, visa process. What do you do once you move abroad? This whole thing is just like this hot fudge ice cream, right? So I'm here to simplify things step by step for you. For example, which levels of education do you guys qualify for, right? Knowing that in advance allows you to see, what am I going to go for? Is it going to be master's, pre-master's, undergrad? Is diploma even an option in the UK? So just to let you guys know, today is specifically for people who want to study in UK. So today's live session is for people who want to study in UK. And I'm going to simplify the levels of education for students who are just getting started. Okay, so we have about, I don't know how many people because my screen is a bit damaged, but I see some people. Hello, everybody on Instagram. I don't see any questions, and let's check my Facebook here. Do I have any questions? So it's just a bunch of everybody's watching. I got a few highs and hays. Okay, so without further ado, look, why am I here today? Think about it. Okay, got my team members joining. That's interesting. So why am I here today? Because look, when you're planning on studying abroad, the very first thing that comes to your mind is, where do I get started, right? And the thing is, most students make the mistake of jumping right into programs, right into visa process, right into costs and all that stuff. But hey, what do you really qualify for? Let's say you have bad grades in maths or English or the core prerequisite. Do you think you're going to be able to go for undergraduate studies anymore? No. So what do you qualify for? That's the very first thing that you're going to have to learn about. So in UK, there are about, pre-international pathway, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5 levels of education in the UK. So levels of education means undergrad, masters, all that stuff, right? So we're going to cover exactly how many levels of education there are, which level of education is for who, what's the duration, and what are the requirements for each levels of education, okay? It's not going to be a 1-hour live session. I'm going to make sure this whole live session gets wrapped up within 11 to 15 minutes so that you can move on with the other things in your day. You don't have to spend 30, 40 minutes with me because I'm not going to, stammer around or blabber around some useless things. So let's get started. The very first level of education that you need to know about in UK is called the International Foundation Year. Now, this level of education, International Foundation Year, is for students who did not do well in their, let's say, SSC, O-levels, HSC, okay? If you didn't do well in your O-levels or A-levels or grade 10, grade 12, this is for you. Maybe you didn't get the right IELTS grades, okay? This is for you. This could happen to anybody, right? There could be personal reasons that you didn't do well in your exams, or maybe you just didn't take school seriously. But now you realize, oh my God, I made a mistake and I want to fix this mistake. So what do? You do the International Foundation Year. Now, this is very beneficial for students. Let's say you want to go to the UK, right? If you're planning on, sorry, let's say you're planning on going to Canada. You see, Canada doesn't have such great programs for students to segue into, like a foundation year. If you really want to go to Canada, you need good grades, or else you're going to get stuck in the visa process. So anybody whose grades are bad, UK and Malaysia are great options. We're going to cover Malaysia another day, but this is the best one for you. So if you have a friend who's planning on studying abroad, let them know, right? So that's international foundation year. For you to do an international foundation year, it takes about 1 year, okay? And also, what do you need? You just need to have pass grades. You cannot have failed subjects. You cannot have Fs. So you need to just barely pass, like a minimum pass, and your IELTS score needs to be anywhere from 4 to 5.5. Of course, if you have studied in an English background school, you're not going to need the IELTS test, but you need at least 4 to 5.5. So it's for people who have bad grades and cannot get good enough IELTS grades. And the duration of this program is 1 year. Now, the next one after this is my personal favorite one, is International Foundation Year 1. So what does International Foundation Year 1 mean? Let's say if you're someone who has just graduated your O-levels, or you just completed your SSC and you have amazing grades, but you don't want to do your HSC, or you don't want to do your A-levels, and you just want to write the IELTS exam and move abroad. This is for you. Okay, so you don't need to have bad grades. Let's say you have good grades, but you are someone who's in grade 10, which is O-levels or SSC. Now you can already study abroad without having to waste 2 more years of your life with A-levels or HSC. So this program is for them, right? All you have to do then is write an IELTS exam, and you need to score of at least 5.5, okay? And then you can move abroad. The best part of this is why I love this one. Let's say you studied International Foundation Year 1, you do this, and you can automatically jump into your second year of bachelor's. So you're already saving 3 years, okay? You're not having to do your A-levels or HSC, and you're jumping right into the second year of bachelor's without having to do the first year of bachelor's. This is a big money saver for international students who are in grade 10, okay? But let's say you're someone who had somewhat of an average grade, and you finished your A-levels or HSC, and you got good IELTS score, but you didn't have good enough grades. Let's say it's around 55% or 60%, then International Foundation Year 1 is for you. Remember the difference, right? International Foundation Year is for people who did terrible in their IELTS and grades. But let's say you did good in your IELTS, but you didn't do well in your exams, then International Foundation Year 1 is the right one for you, okay? And then comes undergraduate studies. And this one's pretty self-explanatory, right? So for undergraduate studies, all you have to do is graduate. I want to go back 1 point. For International Foundation Year 1, your grade average needs to be at least 55%, okay? 55% grade average, and your IELTS needs to be at least 5.5 or above. Then, AZ, watching from Mirpur. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the comments. Really appreciate it. Answer, please. What did you ask, Samuel? Hey, Z, UK is more expensive than Canada for international students like us. Honestly, it's almost the same, okay? For UK, you're looking at a tuition fee of about 13,000 to 25,000 pounds per year, and living expenses are about 8 or 9,000 to 11,000 pounds per year. Ballpark is the same amount in Canada, okay? So yeah, now going back, so we covered 2 levels of education: International Foundation Year, International Foundation Year 1. Now we're looking at undergraduate studies, and this is for people who have amazing grades and also have good IELTS scores. Again, you can skip IELTS if you have medium of instruction, which is if you studied at an English background school. Okay, so to qualify for undergraduate in the UK, you need a grade average of at least 65% and an IELTS score of 6 with no bands less than 5.5. And the duration for undergraduate studies is about 3 years. Okay. In Canada, it's 4. In UK, it's 3. So you're saving a little bit over there. Trust me, guys, if you really want to save money, I would rather go to UK because in the long term, you're saving more. But obviously, when you compare it to alternatives like Malaysia and Finland, they win. But you know the benefits of UK and Canada, of course. Okay, so after undergraduate, so this is all undergrad. So now we're jumping to students who are currently studying undergrad and they want to study master's. So for those of you who studied undergraduate and you didn't do well in your undergraduate studies, UK has what's called pre-masters. Okay, so through pre-masters, it's like the foundation pathway for undergraduate students who didn't have good grades, and they can now do their masters after their pre-masters program. So to qualify for pre-masters, you're gonna need just pass grades, no fails, okay, no failed subjects, and you need an IELTS score anywhere from 5 to 6. Okay, so that's for pre-masters. You see, the interesting thing about this is if you're thinking deciding between Canada and UK, Canada doesn't have this benefit of foundation programs that are so flexible. They have what's called ICM, they have what's called the English for Academic Pathway and the other pathway programs. But trust me, guys, like I think UK one has better options for foundation. It's just very flexible. It's customized and it's personalized to your situation, okay? So once you're done with pre-masters, then you can obviously jump into the master's program, and the master's level of education is for anybody who has the right grades. So to qualify for a master's in the UK, you need to have a CGPA of at least 65% and an IELTS score of 6.5 with no bands less than 5.5. Okay, and the duration for pre-masters is 1 year, and the duration for masters is anywhere from 1 to 2 years. Okay. And lastly, this one is very beneficial for students who have studied in, let's say, North-South, AIUB, or BRAC, all these places. It's what's called a top-up program. So you could actually, so top-up program is basically equivalent to the final year of your undergraduate studies. It's more like a credit transfer. So let's say you are wrapping up your undergraduate studies at North-South, and you're like, you know what? I just want to move to the UK and just study for 1 year and graduate with a complete degree. That's called a top-up program. And this is open to students who are from North-South, AIUB, and IUB. Okay, so you're gonna have to complete a certain level of credits to qualify for this program. Your IELTS scores needs to be anywhere from 4 to 5.5. And your academic grades, if you finish about 81 credits from, let's say, North-South, AIUB, or IUB, you're going to be able to qualify for a top-up program. Okay, so, and if you want to do the same for masters, you're going to need about 6.5 in overall IELTS scores. So, and the top-up program only takes 1 year for you to graduate with a recognized bachelor's degree in the UK. So you're only spending 1 year and you already get a bachelor's certificate. Okay, it's insane. So for those of you who are planning to study in the UK, now you know what are the levels of education that you can go for, right? In the next live session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward with the costs, PR opportunities as to how you can get PR in the UK, as well as some geography, like how's the UK kind of organized and where is it ideal for you to go to. Like if I were you, I would never go to the top, like north side of UK, because the central side of UK is more closer to the southern part, right? And it has access to the bigger cities kind of at the bottom, right? So things like this matters a lot when it comes to deciding the institution you're planning on going to and the cities that you're planning on choosing. But yeah, I promise you guys that I'm going to keep this live session very short today. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't keep you for too long. So we covered levels of education today. In the next live session, I'm going to cover the geography of UK, as well as the costs and maybe PR opportunities. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to come live next. So maybe just keep an eye on my page. I'm going to take some questions now. If you guys have some questions, shoot them. And I'm going to spend the next 2 minutes answering all your questions. Let's see, I got about, how many people here? Okay, so thanks to everybody for joining. I see on Facebook there's about 20, 30 people. I have 5.5 in IELTS overall band score. And Standard IELTS, not UK VI. So am I eligible for UK for bachelor? So for bachelors, you need about an IELTS score of 6 with no bands less than 5.5. So you have to be a little careful. Hello, brother. Hi. Hello, bro. Okay. Hi, bro. I'm watching from Dhanmondi. Good. Sharman. Hi. Good, good, good. No questions at all? Do I have any? Why is your voice changing continuously? Oh, wow. I didn't even use my headphones. Supposed to. That's why. Because I didn't use my headphones, guys. Uh, well, I don't see any questions. Which country's foundation course is more expensive? Good question. I would say it's the same. Yeah, in Canada, you're still spending about $15,000, $16,000. In UK, it's the same thing. It's about 11, 12,000 pounds. Bro, how do I contact with Connected? All you're gonna have to do is look up Connected Education online on Google and just fill out the form, and you can sign up that way. Okay, what else over here? I just passed HSC and I want to go to UK. You should, and you should sign up with Connected if you do so. What else? Nothing else. No other questions. And I'm gonna check Facebook one last time. Can I get scholarship in UK? Plenty. There is a lot of scholarships in the UK. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining. That's it for today from my end. Hope it helped a little bit, and I'll catch you in the next live session. All right. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Sure. Yes.
पूरा लाइव करेंगे
তাই সুন্দর আসছে